Your bank balance isn't the ultimate judge of your financial health. Sure, seeing a nice number can feel great, but it doesn't guarantee a plush retirement or financial security. In fact, you could be doing better financially than you think, even if your bank account doesn't look like a millionaire's. So maybe you don't feel rich, but if you can tick off some of these items, you might just be doing better than you think. 1. You have a healthy debt-to-income ratio. Your DTI is a key indicator of how well you're managing your cash flow and your debt. Take all of your monthly debt payments, that's credit cards, loans, and all those sneaky subscriptions you often forget about, add up all your expenses, and then divide that total by your gross monthly income before taxes. If your monthly debt payments are $2,000 and your monthly income is $6,000, your DTI would be about 30%. A healthy DTI usually falls below 35%. If you're above that, it might be time to hit the brakes a bit and reassess your spending habits. Take a look at your expenses and see if there's anything you can change. If your DTI is below that range, you're in a relatively strong position. You're effectively managing your debts, which is a good sign you're in a better place financially. To maintain that number, you have to keep your debt under control or get rid of it completely. If you're trending toward lower or even no debt, that's a fantastic sign you're financially great and heading in the right direction. It shows you're in control, and that's a huge part of financial wellness. Now, while having no debt would be more secure, this doesn't mean that you'll have to be totally debt-free to be doing well financially. It also doesn't mean that having debt means you're a financial mess. It means that you are effectively managing your financial life. So keep it up. 2. You understand good versus bad credit. Understanding the difference between good and bad credit is another clear sign that you're doing better financially than you may think. It shows that you're aware of how credit works and how it can impact your financial health. Good credit allows you to secure lower interest rates on loans, qualify for better credit cards, and even influence things like rental approvals and insurance rates. If you know how to maintain good credit by paying your bills on time, keeping your credit card balances low, and avoiding unnecessary debt, it means you're making smart financial decisions that protect your future. On the flip side, understanding how things like missed payments, high debt, or defaulting on loans can damage your financial standing gives you the power to avoid those pitfalls. You know the consequences and can navigate your way around them. While being in debt probably means you're avoiding credit altogether, the majority of us need to utilize credit at some point. So being conscious of the importance of credit and actively managing it is important. Doing this correctly means you're already ahead of many people who struggle to grasp this crucial aspect of personal finance. It's a strong indicator that you're building a solid financial foundation, even if you don't always feel like it right now. Number 3, you have a savings and regularly top it off. No matter your income, setting aside even a small portion of your earnings shows that you have your financial house in order. Those small amounts add up over time. If you set up automatic contributions to your employer-sponsored 401k, that's even better. You'll be saving and investing without even thinking about it. Ideally, you want to aim to have at least 6 months' worth of living expenses saved up in an emergency fund. And you additionally want to be investing for retirement. Strike that balance between being prepared for the unexpected and planning for your future. A survey from the Motley Fool Ascent found that 71% of people have $5,000 or less in savings. 41% have $500 or less. Here's the full breakdown. 11% have $0 in savings. 30% have between $1 and $500. 8% have between $500 and $1,000, and 22% have $1,000 to $5,000. Historically, we have been very bad about saving as a nation. But in order to have a more secure financial foundation, we need to prioritize this key money move. If you find yourself in the 41% with less than $500 saved, don't get discouraged. Building wealth takes time. Focus on creating a plan and start small. The key is not to panic during tough times or make rash decisions. Take that first step towards saving right away. Set up automatic transfers, even if the amount is small right now. Build the habit of saving. Aim for 1 month of expenses as a first goal. If you've got any amount saved, whether it's a few bucks or thousands, you're doing better than you think. If you're looking for some ways to save more, check out our other video on 7 frugal ways to fight inflation and save money. And if you're getting any value from these videos, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. Now, let's take a look at the next item that can show you're doing better financially than you think. 4. You have a budget and actually follow it. You have a financial roadmap that helps you understand exactly where your money is going and how to get to your goals. Without it, money can slip away without you even realizing. You have control of your finances. Instead of feeling like your money controls you, you decide how much goes to bills, how much to savings, and how much you can spend on things you enjoy. This way, you're preventing overspending and helping yourself avoid falling into unnecessary debt. Not only does that help you manage your day-to-day expenses, but it also puts you on a clear path toward achieving your financial goals, whether that's saving for a house, paying off debt, or building an emergency fund. When you stick to your budget, you can see real progress toward those goals, which brings a sense of accomplishment. There's also a peace of mind that comes with knowing where every dollar is going. It reduces the stress of wondering if you'll have enough to cover your bills or handle an unexpected expense. A well-planned budget includes money set aside for emergencies, so when life throws something unexpected your way, you're prepared. A budget is a simple tool, but it's powerful, and it's one that shows you're doing financially better than you think. Ultimately, the best sign that you're doing better than you think financially is how you measure up against yourself financially over time. Number 5, you're in a better place financially than you were a year ago. It's all too easy to fall into the comparison trap because it's so easy to see how and what others are doing on all these social media outlets. But just because someone is spending money on vacations, cars, and houses doesn't mean they're actually doing well financially. Instead, focus on your own financial progress each year. Take a moment to celebrate your accomplishments. Maybe you've stuck to a budget, built up your emergency fund, or even snagged a raise and invested the difference. Reflect on where you were a year ago. If you can see tangible improvements, you're already doing better than you think. So before we wrap up, let's focus on a couple of little things that you can look for that show you're perhaps doing better than you think. If you're no longer anxious about the end of the month, if you can shop for groceries without cringing at the total, if paying the bills doesn't send you into a panic, if you're so organized that you barely notice when payday arrives, if you're staying grounded and making mindful choices, if you're eyeing that vacation or those concert tickets you've dreamed about for years and realize you can afford them, if you have more than enough to actually live life comfortably, if you're not letting others' financial successes affect your happiness, if you're finding contentment in your life and work, valuing peace of mind over unnecessary stress, and nurturing healthy relationships with your loved ones, you're financially doing far better than you think. You don't have to tick off every single box. If you check quite a few, that's a solid sign. And if you find that you can improve on a couple of these, keep it up. So, how many did you check? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, share it with a friend, and we'll see you in the next one.